Alright, everybody, welcome back to yet again another Nordic mailbag, and today it's the mailbag for June 26th, 2023, likely the last mailbag before the 2023 NHL draft. So we got some stuff we got to talk about here today. Actually, ironically, there's not much here related to the draft, which is weird. But tomorrow we will be doing a mock draft, so stay tuned for that. But anyways, the Taylor Hall trade. Of course, I already made a separate YouTube video on that, just so you guys know. It's up on my YouTube channel. If you want to go take a look at that, let me know. Or don't let me know. Go watch it. Yeah, it's a good idea. But it's up on YouTube. There's also a TikTok up on it as well. However, Boston has made a trade since then. Since I made that video and we're making this mailbag. It's a 1-for-1 deal with the New Jersey Devils, where they acquired defenseman Riley Walsh, and the New Jersey Devils acquired forward Shane Bowers. So pretty much a minor trade there, not a huge trade whatsoever. Just with two minor league players at this point. I know Bowers was supposed to turn out to be a really solid player, but never really became that. So overall, just kind of a mediocre 1-for-1 deal. But of course, it's a mailbag, so it is still worth mentioning. Some stuff in regards to the Tony DeAngelo trade that's supposed to happen, but it's not going to happen. The NHL vetoed it, and it looks like it's going to be vetoed for cap circumvention, because they argued that the Canes were trying to circumvent cap by the Flyers signing him to a contract and then, trading them back to Carolina for 50% retained. So it made the NHL confused, but the Flyers and Carolina Hurricanes were arguing that the trade happened almost a year after the deal was even signed. So why would it be cap circumvention? But of course, the NHL vetoed it, so the teams will meet in Nashville this coming week to talk about the trade, and it most likely won't happen until July 9th, which will be the 1-year deal, 1 year after the contract was signed. So not really that long afterwards, not that huge of a deal, but it is still something that we'll talk about. If the NHL does agree to the trade happening, it'll likely happen very, very soon, and we'll have a video up on the channel when it's officially announced. But as of right now, we know DeAngelo is likely going to be going to Carolina, and this season with the Flyers, he played 70 games, had 11 goals, 31 assists for 42 points. I thought DeAngelo was solid offensively, but terrible defensively, which is just like every single defenseman that has ran through my lovely city of Philadelphia. So, yeah, I don't hate the deal for Carolina, though. He fits in there well, but obviously the trade's a little ways away. Speaking of trades, Pierre-Luc Dubois, and that deal is reportedly closer than expected. Apparently, it's getting very close to being finished. There could be a video out very soon talking about it. But the Dubois deal is reportedly close. Some players that could be involved: Jansen Harkins of the Winnipeg Jets, Alex Iafallo, and Gabriel Velarde of the Los Angeles Kings. But as well as that, too, Quinton Byfield could also be involved. So this is looking to be a pretty interesting, could be a huge trade. But as of right now, that's all we know. We will be having some more updates very, very soon. But of course, most of it is kind of just speculation right now, if I'm being honest with y'all. Dubois this season with the Flyers, with the Winnipeg Jets, played 73 games, had 27 goals, 36 assists for 63 points. Of course, this is probably the first of many trades that Winnipeg could make. So I will let you guys know when I have more updates, of course. The NHL Awards show is tonight, which is pretty cool. Of course, I'm not gonna be able to watch it. I'm working, so it's good for the game, and we'll get to see some of the guys get signed or get awarded their awards, which is pretty nice. And I'll probably make a video on TikTok about it, or I'll post an Instagram post. So not that big of a deal, but I've never been interested in the awards. Never really have been, because they don't really matter besides the Stanley Cup. So yeah. Signings that have happened over the past couple of days. I only have 3 here, weirdly. The Philadelphia Flyers have re-signed Louis Belpedio to a 2-year, $775K contract. The Arizona Coyotes have re-signed Connor Ingram to a 3-year, $1.95 million deal. And that Ingram contract, I'll go in depth with it in a second here, because I am a Coyotes fan. It made me think, what is Vejmelka's future? Because they really could go 2 ways. They could go with, we want to roll with the Ingram and Vejmelka pairing, which I wouldn't hate. They both played solid this past year, even though Arizona was not very good. But they could also move Vejmelka for assets, which I doubt they'll do at this point because I think they want to be more competitive next year. So keep that in mind if you're a Coyotes fan. Vejmelka could be on the move, but I haven't heard anything lately, so I honestly kind of doubt it at this point. And then last but not least, the Hurricanes have re-signed Jordan Staal to a 4-year, $2.9 million contract. I like it a lot. I think it's a solid contract there for the captain, and you keep him around for 4 more years, so not that bad overall. Some Calgary Flames news. Of course, we made a video a few days ago talking about why players won't sign in Calgary. Well, we have some updates in regards to some of those players. Noah Hanifin suitors. There are going to be teams that are interested in defensemen, and Noah Hanifin's going to be the biggest one, probably heading into this year's trade deadline, if we're being honest. Hanifin suitors are either Buffalo or Florida is the ones that I've heard, and they both work very well. Florida, of course, they have injuries on that blue line with Montour and Ekblad. Getting a guy like Hanifin on that lineup is going to be solid for them. And, of course, they have so many other former Calgary Flames that would work out. But as well as that, too, Buffalo would be smart as well to bolster that already young blue line. He's older. He's a little older in age, but, be a solid player to have on your blue line. Hanifin this past season had 81 games played, 7 goals, 31 assists for 38 points. Thought he had an all right season there on that Flames blue line. Of course, they did miss the playoffs, though, so keep that in mind. But yeah, there will be a lot of shopping there for Hanifin, as well as possibly Daniel Vladar, who looks like he has also been shopped as well. And he could be shopped for likely a second-round pick is where his price line's at. So kind of the same as James Reimer last year, which I think is a pretty smart price for a guy like Daniel Vladar. Could be a solid backup goaltender, a fringe NHL starter. Vladar this past season with Calgary played 27 games, had a 14-6-5 record, a 2.91 goals against average, and a .895 save percentage. You put him behind a much better blue line, I think he could be a solid goaltender or a solid backup goalie for whatever team gets him. Not really an exact NHL starter, but hey, if a guy gets hurt and he needs to come in there and play some games, he's probably your goalie to do so. Some Calgary, I already just did that. Some Tampa Bay Lightning news here. Sorry. Ross Colton could be the next player on the Lightning to be potentially moved. He could be moved for a potential high draft pick in this year's draft, as the Lightning are looking to move some cap space. Colton this past season played 81 games, had 16 goals, 16 assists for 32 points, so he himself did not have the best of years. And he could be another young forward that could get moved for a possible high draft pick. I wouldn't think he'd be too high, maybe a late first, but maybe probably just a second round pick if we're being honest here. But yeah, Colton, I've always liked Ross Colton. I think he's a solid defenseman. So overall, not a horrible trade or not a horrible price line for him. So we'll see if he will get signed for that. Last piece of news here before we get into some N97HL talk. Travis Sanheim is appearing to have some interest by the Winnipeg Jets. And of course, the Kevin Hayes deal is still kind of in the midst of nothing right now. I'm still very confused. But yeah, if they can work this trade out, Sanheim could get moved to another team. But of course, we shall see if that happens. Sanheim this past season played 81 games, had 7 goals, 16 assists for 23 points. But whatever team is taking him on has to realize he's going into an 8-year contract. So yeah, that's Chuck Fletcher there for you. You can thank him for that. And that's all I got for NHL-related stuff. So, some N97HL news. I would like to announce that the N97HL is officially going to have their own YouTube channel. For those who didn't see, last Sunday or yesterday, I posted 2 exhibition games. But I don't want to do them on this channel. I want this channel to be solely NHL and just hockey or just mainly real hockey. But I want to have my own separate channel for my own hockey league. So, I'm going to put it on screen right now. You guys can go subscribe if you like. It'll be in the bio down below. But yeah, anyways, the N97HL is going to get some more content over there. I'll be making some more videos for that today as well. But yeah, that does it for this video. Thank you all for watching. For all of your support, I really do appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe down below. If you are new, this is yet again another Nordic mailbag. We will have the mock draft tomorrow, then the draft stream. Maybe we'll make a mailbag on the day of the draft, but I haven't decided what I'm going to do just yet. I might not make anything, but we shall see, of course. But anyway, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Adios.